share my screen. Yes.
I request all the students, if any of your friends or if anyone remains, if anyone still not joined, please request them to join at the earliest, because this class will be a true gem, because we can listen from Dr. Shobhik Mukherjee about the research methodology, and this will guide to the internship paths and how can we move forward in our in our the in the through the journey of the internship. And moreover, it will give us an idea that what we can go for and what we can share and what we can do in the internship. So I request all the students, please listen carefully, and if anyone is still not joined, please inform him or her.
So just let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Is my screen visible to you? Can someone just give me a heads up?
Not yet, sir.
No,
No,
sir,
sir.
it's still not visible.
Okay. Now can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
I think it's like there's like network issue maybe at my end. You will not understand. So a very good evening to all of you. All of you have started your internship journey now. People come from different backgrounds. So in view of that, I'll try to first kind of guide you and take you through the very basics, not something which is very technical, because students are coming from different backgrounds. So though a majority come from economics, but there are few who are coming from different backgrounds. And research methodology as a subject, though partially you have done it, in fact all of you have done it in maybe statistics, in some whichever subject you come from, you have done it in your courses in statistics, or for that matter advanced econometrics or econometrics, particularly for the economic students. But research methodology, see, it's the very kind of, we call it as a grouping to what you are going to do. So you will be writing a term paper, a dissertation, maybe later on when you go and write your thesis, so on and so forth. Research methodology will be very crucial in terms of understanding what we are looking at, how we are looking at the stuff. So research means you have to search again. So it's research. Now there are different steps in a research process. What one should know and what one should understand in the first place is this, that see, there are, when we teach students normally research methodology, we start with what are the different types of research, why do we do research. But see, we are constrained by time. There is a limit in terms of we are not in a position to teach the entire paper, but just to introduce you to something. So rather than talking about types of research and all, which all of you can just refer to any standard textbook and check, which is not something which is very difficult. You will be able to understand. So rather, what I intended to start off with today is what when you do research, and that is what will help in terms of your hands-on exercises. When you start off with you're writing a paper. So how do you write a paper? How do you start with writing a paper? The first thing is you have to define a problem. Now, 90% of the students miss the bus in the first place itself. Let me tell you, it's not something that they don't know or they are not in a position to understand or analyze something of that sort. But 90% of the students miss the bus in the first place while defining the research problem. So you are here today. That is define the problem. That is step number one. How do you define a problem, if I may ask you? How will you define a research problem, if I may ask you? Suppose if I ask you to define a research problem, but what exactly is a research problem? What do you think is exactly a research problem? It's a sort of a schematic diagram that you are seeing. Now, what exactly is a research problem? Can any one of you tell me?
Hypothesis.
Yes, Tosha, I didn't get you. Come again. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Once more.
A hypothesis testing.
A hypothesis testing. You are partially correct. You are partially correct. See, the problem is actually what you are going to analyze. That means the first and the foremost step is selecting this particular problem. In general, what is a problem? It's some difficulty which a researcher experiences in the context of either a theoretical or a practical situation and wants to obtain a solution for the same. Hypothesis is the objective with which you are carrying out your research. That's why I said you are partially correct. But then what is the problem? So how will you select a problem? So in view of that, my first question to you is, what do you think is a research problem? Can you give me an example of a research problem that comes to your mind? What do you think is a research problem?
Sir, what we observe in reality.
What you observe. Achha, let me help you by I'll type something in the chat box for your reference, and I'll ask you what is wrong with this problem. Let me just type it down.
Sir, can I say example?
Yes, please. I've already texted. Yes, you go ahead. Please tell me an example.
How does air pollution impact our health in city?
Acha. Now that's a very good example of a research problem. So starting with your example and what example I have given, you think about your example, and I will ask the rest to ponder and kind of give their views based on the example that I have given. My first question to you is, what is wrong with this research problem? My first question to you is, what is wrong with this research problem? What is wrong with this research problem?
It is a very simplified question.
No, it's not simplified. Not really simplified. Think carefully. Think carefully.
Productivity is higher in Japan than in India.
So what is wrong with what is the what am I missing out in this statement? Am I missing out something in the first place?
Sir, it says the productivity, but it doesn't define what productivity.
Excellent. That's the first problem, that it does not define what sort of productivity are we talking about. I'll add on to another issue with this problem. Which industry's productivity am I referring to? I've not mentioned. There are a few other problems. Can you spot this? I'll give you 60 seconds. Exactly 60 seconds. Can you spot it for me?
Sir, can a title be in a question form? I don't know.
It's a problem. It can be the question form. Acha, mind you, that's a very good point. I've not. This is not the title. The title is based on the problem. You are very close, almost there. But this is not the title. Let me correct you.
Okay.
This is the problem. The title will be based on this. So can you tell me there are few other issues with this? I'll just give you 30 more seconds and then I'll give you the answer.
Sir, it is specifically comparing Japan and India. Why not like other countries and all?
So that is fine. It can compare any other kind of why Japan or Germany, it can be X fine. That is not the issue. But think a little deeper in terms of, see, you can do any form of analysis, hypothesis, etc., etc. But these are critical things which people tend to miss out.
So too many factors could influence productivity.
So the quantity is not specified, like how much higher than India.
No, that is the problem. That is what we are going to estimate. So no one will give you the quantity in the title. See, I help you. You are close, but then missed out. What sort of time period is the productivity being referred to? Not mentioned. Which industries are we referring to? Not mentioned. What type of productivity are we referring to? Not mentioned. So in view of such ambiguity, it's difficult that in terms of, let's say, coming to the issue that was raised last, that the magnitude. The magnitude can vary across industries. So giving a general title like this won't solve your purpose. You have to be very particular in terms of writing the problem. This is not your dissertation or term paper title, mind you. Some of you ask me a question, why is it ending with a question mark? This is not my title, this is the problem. Problem should be like this in the context of this example. To what extent did labor productivity from 2000 to 2020 in Japan exceeded that in India with respect to 20 selected manufacturing companies and the factors responsible for the same? This is your problem. Am I making sense? Is it clear? Am I making sense? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Very good. So next we go to, I'll come back to this. These are each of the steps that we refer to. So you are looking for a desired outcome. So you don't know what actions to choose. There is a doubt in your mind. You don't know which path to take. Multiple options you have. That is your research problem. Now the next question is, how will you have defined the research problem. Now what do you go about doing after that? Can any one of you tell me? What do we do after that? Think carefully and then. So I have defined my. Tell me, go ahead.
Search for existing works regarding that problem.
What is that called? Very good. What is that called?
I think it's literature.
So literature review.
Literature review. What do we do with that?
We try to understand the gap and what is So in literature review,
Tell me.
so in literature review, mostly we find the gap between the research papers. Like if I am writing a paper, I am finding the gaps that another researcher put it in your put that thoughts in her or him paper actually. Like what he or she does in her paper and what I should must be doing in my paper. So that comparison actually.
So how will that help you?
We develop
For
a
better, so for better understanding and we can't make the same mistakes and we can improvise our model and our project.
See, literature review is basically what people have done before you, and that is going to give you your in very simple terms. Since we have limited time, you will also have to understand the twist of the matter in a very twist way. So, literature review basically helps us to understand the research gap. Is it clear? So, what does the literature review do? Help us to understand the literature gap. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now what I will do is, I will give you a kind of a paragraph. It will be 5 minutes. You have to identify from that what is your research gap. Before I do that exercise with you, let me again also brief you, because otherwise you will not be able to follow what I am saying. If you stand in front of an ocean and you are looking at the ocean, so your research gap or your literature review is like that ocean. What you are going to carry out or execute in your dissertation project is a cup of water that you drink from the ocean. That is your object. Again, research gaps can be many. Even if you know that all these are gaps that have not been addressed in the existing literature, you cannot address everything in your paper. If you address everything, then what will others do? So try to understand. I see students write 7, 8 objectives. You should be given a Nobel Prize if you are addressing 8 to 10 objectives. It's not the ideal way to understand. When you are looking at a research gaps can be many. Some uncountable number of research gaps can be there. Your job is not to address each and every gap. You have to choose a set of objectives from that gap. Have I made myself clear? Have I made myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Can you see this funnel formulation? Can you see this funnel formulation? Yes, sir. That's exactly what I am talking about. Please, this is the. Please don't take this as a lecture or a class. This is just an exercise to help your. It's not a monologue again. It's a dialogue. I am not teaching this to you the way I teach my students, because we teach this over a period of time, but this is more of a hand-holding exercise to share with you technicalities, my experience of what I have seen, how I have carried out, where students go wrong. See, I am not talking about theory, I am not dictating terms to you, I am just trying to make you visualize the scenario, that this comes after this. This is how you should do this. Many students have made mistakes. I have seen them, I try to correct them, that don't give 8 to 10 objectives. That is not your goal. You cannot give at your master's level a maximum of 2 to 3 objectives. That too is a big thing. 2 objectives, 3 objectives, perfect. Don't draw go up to 7, 8, 9, 10 objectives, then you don't know what to make out of it, you don't know head and tail. But you are giving objectives. That's number one. Number two is, as I told you, research gaps can be many. It's not your prerogative to address each and every research gap. What is your prerogative? You are supposed to address in the context of your study only those objectives from the research gap that you think can be addressed. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I am giving a paragraph in the chat box. Give me 5 minutes, I type it down, and the question will be this. You have to identify the research gaps and the objectives for it. Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes, sir. Give me 5 minutes, I just type it down. I've given it in the chat. Just check. Done? Anyone want to share your answer?
Sir, am I
Tell
audible?
me. Yes, you are audible. Tell me.
I found three gaps.
Mhm.
That is, so digital banking and mobile payment has a positive impact, but while the regional disparity is there, and secondly, although the digital banking, mobile banking has been better access to people, while still there is less digital literacy and cyber crime literacy. And the third is since the digital payment and all, although it is uh, growing, uh, is really the marginalized people or women, are they really being empowered? Are they really reaping the fruits to the highest?
So what will be your research objectives there?
Uh, my research objective will be is the positive impact. First of all, I can probably see that the impact is positive, but it is not uniform. So, one objective may be that what are the factors to which due to which the disparity is there. And number two can be that the digital the fintechs and all, although they are growing, but since the literacy around it is not growing that much.
Okay, anyone else who wants to answer? Okay, very good. You had a very good try. Anyone else who wants to answer?
Sir, all of these papers, I think they talk about what, how did they, means no one talks about how can this digital integration can be done in the particular rural area.
Okay.
And another one I found out that how can, what are the spillover effects in other sectors of the economy from the financial sector through the improvement of digitalization.
So how will you formulate your objective? If that be the case.
So for the first one, I think I will try to find look how improve methods of how can technologically challenged people, particularly in rural areas, can easily given access to technical modern technologies to improve their integrate them in the modern banking system through modern digitalization. And second one, I will try to find out the means how what is the improvement or downgrade or upgrade whatever happens through the digitalization, because sometimes it may happen that due to financial illiteracy sometimes people may use the technology in the wrong way and face losses like that. So it may happen positively as well as negatively. We can analyze that and find out the impact.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else who wants to share?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Good. Go ahead.
So I was thinking here, none of the papers discuss the gender disparity because digital literacy, financial literacy all affects genders differently. So there could be a research gap there, and we can formulate the objective of the gender divide in digital literacy that persists in India. That could be an objective. And another thing I noticed is in the paper, like Sharma writes that they found that greater access to banking services positively contribute to rural development. But the thing is, there is a difference between access and active usage. So a person who has a bank account can be said they have access to it, but maybe they are not actively using it. So that can be a research gap. So we can see, we can like further conduct a study to understand how many people are actively using the bank accounts that they have opened. So that's the last point.
Very good. You've given it a very good try. I'll just share with you an ideal scenario as to how we look at it. Some of you have very correctly captured. You are bang on. And I ask you to read this now. And also I'll share with you the objective so that, but this is again subject to change, but then a general form of understanding what we have. Just go through it. Is it clear? Okay, any questions? Any questions? Any question? Are you okay? Another thing, see, let me point out here. When we write objectives, we always start with a 2. Is it clear? When we write objectives, we always start with a 2. To examine, to analyze, to determine, to identify, something like that. We always start with a 2. Is it clear? Am I making sense? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So now moving on to the next part. When we choose sample, how many of you are aware about sampling design? Samples, the way we collect samples. So there are two ways of data collection. One is primary and secondary. Primary means directly from the field, either through observation or through communication or asking them to fill a form. Secondary is in turn, either you have it with you or earlier collected or it's external data through journals, reports, websites, etc. Now when we look back samples, are you aware about the concept of a sample and a population?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So what do you think, what is an ideal, what are the types of sampling methods you have heard of?
4 types of
What are they?
simple random sampling, cluster sampling, systematic sampling, stratified sampling.
So these are by nature what? Probabilistic or non-probabilistic?
Probabilistic.
Oh, very good. And what is the non-probabilistic sampling?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Yes, what is a non-probabilistic sampling?
Non-probabilistic sampling is basically not every member of the population has known of the chance of selection.
So suppose I ask you that you have the Indian states and you have been asked to collect a sample based on the states in India so that every state gets a representation. What will be the type of the sample that we are going to collect?
I guess it's a non-probabilistic sampling.
Are you sure?
Sir, I think it will be a probabilistic sampling, but
What will be the nature of the sample?
from each state, actually, I am confused between clustered, maybe clustered or strategic.
You are not confused, you are absolutely on the right track. Think carefully and tell me, you will be able to get it. You are absolutely on the right track. Let me show you this. Can you see my
Actually, we
screen?
have to.
Sorry, you got, I could not hear you. I lost.
Yes, no, my connection was lost probably. Yes, I was saying that from each state we have to simple random sampling.
So, this method that you are saying is which method per se?
I am not able to recall the exact.
This is actually stratified sampling that we do. So if you can see my screen, I have very clearly marked it on the screen. If you can check it, it will be clear. So we need to understand that what exactly are we being asked to carry out. So what is the nature of the sample that we have been asked to draw? So that will give you the answer in terms of how you are going to carry out your work. Now, if you are not really sure about what you are going to carry out, then you are not going to get the correct answer. Now, when you are asked to have representation across all strata, that means there are different groups you have been asked to have representation across all these strata points, then you have to go for a stratified random sampling. So you go into each strata and select the sample. That's why asked AI to draw the diagram like this so that it's easier for you to visualize. And what happens in a cluster? So these are geographical grouping. So it's already there. The cluster is there. You just have to open up one lid and take out what you want. So this is basically area-wise grouping. So you know that there is a grouping existing. You just have to pull out the lid and take out the thing of your choice. Is it clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. This is very kind of, you will be well versed with this. One is a questionnaire and the other is a schedule. Schedule is not really very common these days. It's all about the questionnaire. More precision, more training required to fill up a schedule, but very complex. Questionnaire is anyone can fill it up. Now, when we are talking about this data collection, so once you have the data, you need to kind of clean it and then apply your codes and then go into the final stage of analyzing. So, if I take you back to your first stage, so literature survey, you formulated your objective, that is basically your hypothesis that you are going to test. You have to have a research design. What sample method are you going to use, whether it will be probabilistic or non-probabilistic. You collect the data, you have to analyze the data. So I have to ask, in terms of, because we don't have time to do this today. Are you coming there?
Yes, sir.
So what do you suggest? Because we will not be able to kind of any time at any point of time if we can have a class on this hypothesis part, because the rest of the part it's done, it's fine. So any slot that we can fit in for having the hypothesis part.
Sir, can we arrange some other day? Or
that is what I'm saying. In one of those days, whenever they don't have any other class or they're not doing something, I'll just get in touch with you and I'll complete, because when we talk about research, it's not wise to leave it midway. I basically start with the rest of the part. So from hypothesis, how do we carry out the parametric versus non-parametric and all, and we bring it to our class.
okay, sir. For
So on one of the days, I'll get in touch with you there. And
okay, fine. Okay, sir.
Sure. Thank you. I hope whatever we discussed today was clear. You did follow the basics of writing a research problem, understanding research gaps, and then formulating objectives. I hope it made some sense. It was useful. Please make sure that your objectives should start with a 2. And if you have any questions, please keep it with you. Next day when we meet, we have a session on that. And I will start with hypothesis. How do you differentiate between the nature of the test? That will spend some time in trying to do. Okay. I hope it's fine.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. From me, Shayok Ghosh, and all the participants of the research internship program would like to sincerely thank you for this wonderful session.
You are always
Today,
there.
you
You are always there.
Okay, sir. Today you have not only taught us the fundamentals of research methodology, but have also shown how researchers think and approach real world problems. So, On behalf of Ecovision Academy, I extend my heartfelt gratitude for your time and valuable guidance. We are honored to have as you as students. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
We
much.
will catch up someday. To all the
Yes.
participants, we will continue with the hypothesis. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so students, there is one more thing that I should discuss. That whenever you have applied for this internship, you have already gone through this brochure, and one of the most prominent field in this brochure was primary data collection. But the thing is that due to some unavoidable circumstances, 2 to 3 participants, like I would like to name Pragya Chakraborty. She is from Trivandrum and she cannot participate in field level survey. And moreover, I would like Ankita Ganguly. I would like to name Ankita Ganguly. She already told me that she had some problems regarding her mother's illness and something all that. But I request all the participants that if beyond this, if you have any kind of problem, that is not justificable, and if you are having problem in primary data collection, so if you are just informing us after your selection, so this is not justificable because we have already selected all those members, all the students who are already aware of the internship program. So is there any student who is not still available for the field level survey or anything? Yes, Shagni?